that too fast? Welcome to HO Powertrain. Is model railroading dying? The age-old classic question that we see all over the place. Is it dying? Is it dying? Is it dying? No, as long as you keep buying trains, you keep getting out there, buying them, purchasing them, and contributing to the train business, it is not dying. Not nowhere near how everything, but it can be hurt. It can be stunted and it can be hurt. How? Gatekeepers and rivet counters can hurt the hobby. Let me explain why. That is not 187 car sitting on your layout, David. That's not, we need 187 stuff laying on, sitting on the layout. Oh look, your motor grader on your semi truck has a little man still in it. How are you gonna haul the little man around? Normally these loads are on a depressed car like so back here, but there's something about that truck being on that car just does not look right. Oh, and the blocks are not exactly to scale. I gotta drink me some Coke, man. Hold on. Oh, your trains are running too fast. And we don't run our trains like that. We gotta run them to scale speed. Slow down a little bit, slow down. That might be scale speed, huh? What I'm doing wrong? I'm just building a model railroad and watching my trains go through scenery. Those things are examples where people can get frustrated in their hobby when they're just trying to have fun and running their trains. Another thing I see is, oh, you got a loop here, double loop, a stack loop on a mountain. You have a loop here, returns back, oh, a loop here. And you know, a real railroad don't work on loops, right? A real railroad works on a back-to-back point station where you're gonna pick up cars and you're moving them around, you back and forth, just like the real world, and we're going into the thing and doing our thing and blah, blah, blah. Well, where I'm standing here, is this not the real world I'm standing on? Is that not the real world down there? Is that not a real world running a train through my scenery? In the end, it's model railroading, right? But keep it up, rivet counters and gatekeepers. By saying that, you discouraging people getting into the hobby, because if they show up at a club with their train and they want to run it the way they would like to run it, pretty much to y'all standard, y'all might have something to say about it. And that's why these people don't want to go to clubs and start their own thing, because quite frankly, they're embarrassed and they might look like they not know what they're doing in the eyes of a rivet counter or gatekeeper, right? So keep those things up and you keep burning the hobby, right? Oh, look, these cars here, they don't have the detail the way they should. You can see the 3D print lines. Those things are what's hurting the hobby. Not going to kill it, but it's hurting it, man. It's hurting it for people trying to get into model railroading, right? Now, don't get me wrong. This video is to help and encourage people and for all of us to learn, and also trying to stop some of that rivet counting and gatekeeping, man. It's getting to the point, again, where people just don't want to mess with it, especially the new beginners. You know, they're trying to do something. They're trying to run their trains through scenery, but yet they got somebody saying, oh, you know, the real world don't work that way. Or how people push the notion of saying, you know, a model railroad should work like a real railroad. Listen, the majority of people want to run their trains the way they want to run them and have fun with them, okay? It's to get the enjoyment. It's to get their inner kid out and have fun and remember why they was running trains when they were young. Try to get that back. That's what model railroading is about, and that's what keeps it fun. Now, you have those groups that do that, but don't spread that upon the people that are just wanting to play with their trains, right? I mean, when I'm in here and I do not have a camera on me and I'm just chilling, watching my TV or modeling or doing whatever I'm doing, guess what I'm doing sometimes? Watching my trains run through scenery. Just like the classic way of running trains. Can we have those days back? I think so. I think so. So beginners, don't get frustrated with rivet counters or gatekeeping. Don't ever be embarrassed of how you run your trains or what kind of trains you have. Just because you don't have the high-end locomotive doesn't mean that you're this and that. You know, it's fine. You know, run whatever you have, whatever your pocketbook can afford. Because at the end of the day, it's anybody and everybody can get into model railroading and show what they're doing and sharing. So don't be afraid to share yourself. I mean, in the long run and in the end, as long as you have money, you can dig in your pocket and buy a locomotive. That's all that matters in the market of model railroading. You're selling, you're buying, you're doing what you want in your model railroad, and you're having fun. That's the whole name of the game. Oh yeah, but David, you don't have automatic stops on your turntable. I know that this turntable was only $90. Couldn't afford the $300 one at the time. Still works though. That being said, I got to get back to work, and I hope this has helped someone, getting them more encouragement to run what they have. Doesn't need to be these high-end things. Get what you can afford, run them, and don't worry about, don't be embarrassed what other people think of how you're doing it and what you're doing it. Again, do what the hell you want to do. It's your layout, and I'll catch you on the next one.